Greetings, this is Wanda. Good morning, good evening. I hate to say good morning, y'all. Greetings. This is Wanda. Shalom, and this is Diaspora Connect. Welcome to my channel. Today is a beautiful day, and I am coming to you today because I wanted to do a video, and I want to discuss all the things I have learned living in Africa for 3 years. So next month it'll be 3 years that I have lived in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and that I've been on the continent of Africa. And so I wanted to share with you some things that I have learned by living here in Africa for 3 years, many things that I've learned. And I have not written anything down. I decided to just kind of wing it with you today because sometimes when I write things down, it doesn't always flow the way I need it to flow. It's really mechanical. So I decided that I'm going to just kind of wing it and just think through the things I've gone through and things I've learned living here on the continent of Africa, having been here living on the continent for 3 years. So next month it'll be 3 years for me. So, because I got here in July of 2020. So yeah, but anyway, so many things that I have learned and I have some I'm not gonna say good, bad, and ugly, but some things are not as good as others. So I don't want this to be kind of a negative, but I'll say different things I've learned in comparison to the things that we do in the West, or things I've been raised to do in the West, or the way of living that we do in the West. And some of the general things that we know is the development is different here in Africa versus in America. It's not as developed, but it's improving every day. So that part, that's kind of a different thing. But the mentality, this is a major thing that I've learned living here in Africa, is the mentality of the people. So the mentality of the locals in whatever country you go into. So I've been to Kenya, I've been to Rwanda, I've been to Kenya, Zambia, anyway, the mentality of the people in Tanzania, Kenya, Ghana. So I've been to Ghana, Tanzania, Zambia, and Kenya. So there are several things that I've learned about the mentality of the people. Coming here to the continent, we have kind of like, we're looking through rose-colored glasses, in that we think everyone is going to accept us. We think we're brothers and sisters, which we are technically, but we have that mindset coming from America in the diaspora, or from being a Black British, or the historic diaspora, the 6th region African diaspora, the ones who were dispersed during the transatlantic slave trade, the historical ones. So we're coming back home to Mama Africa, and then when we meet locals, we have different experiences with different locals. Many do not see us as we see them. They don't always see us as brothers and sisters. They see us as foreigners, especially if we don't speak the language. So, and especially if they know we're from America. It's like, they just, they see us kind of different, which we know that. Some see us as brothers and sisters and some don't. So that's something that I did not know. I'm learning that after being here for 3 years. I'm learning and I'm understanding that. I've come to terms with a lot of things that are different here in Africa versus America. I don't get upset about it. I just try to understand it, and I try to work around what I need to work around to get what I need done. So as you come here, it's not as easy as it is for us living in the West to get things done, because we have a language barrier, specifically in Tanzania. And even without the language barrier, things are done differently here than in the West. Business is done differently. Customer service is different. The way things are done. For example, if you go to a restaurant in the West, in America, and you order specific a la carte, add this, take this off, it's kind of difficult to get that done here on the continent. Normally, I have learned that you just, order the entire dish and get an additional item that you might like. So you can't substitute. I say you can't, but it's kind of difficult to substitute because the language barrier. Sometimes they don't understand, and sometimes they'll say just no, we don't do it. Which you might think in your mind that, oh, all you have to do is take off the lettuce and put on the tomatoes, or all you have to do is substitute rice for potatoes or whatever. But they don't do a lot of substitutions here like that. So to make it easy and simple for you coming from the West, I advise people just get the dish that you like and then order a side of another thing that you want. So if you prefer not to have rice, but then you want greens on the dish, just order the whole dish the way it comes, and then add a side. Just ask them for a small side of rice or greens or whatever you would like. So learning that, and then the way that they communicate about things here is a little bit different. And I understand there's a language barrier, but even when in other countries that do speak English, sometimes there is the understanding of how we say things and how the message gets across. You have to kind of repeat what you're saying to make sure that they understand it. You may have to ask them, do you understand? Is it okay? So you just have to make sure that there's an understanding between the two of you, and that's in doing business, that's in eating out at restaurants, that's in exchanging services for goods and everything. You just have to make sure that there's a clear understanding, from Uber drivers to transportation to whatever you do. And that's one of the big things of learning the culture and understanding the way things are done here. And yes, they can improve, but they're not going to improve overnight. The things that need to improve here on the continent, like some of the customer service issues that we have discovered, that I've noticed, in terms of calling you back when they say they're going to call you back, or coming to check on you at a restaurant instead of disappearing, and then you have to get up and go search people out, or just different things. It's going to take time, but yeah, there are some differences that I did not know existed compared to where I'm from, which is the West. And not saying that the West is better, I'm just saying that there are I've noticed some differences in how we do things, which for me, it's been workable, it's been tolerable, and it's been workable. I had to work on my patience, so that's another thing. If you are leaving the West and you want to come back to Mama Africa, on the continent, wherever you go, you have to work on your patience. You have to work on your long suffering. You have to work on your calmness to be able to make sure that you explain it calmly. And if there is an issue, which there may be, it's the way that you address it and the way that you handle the situation, which makes a difference in the outcome that you may have. And another thing that I've noticed living here 3 years in Africa is it's not what you know and how much money you have, it's who you know. So it's not what you know and how much money you have, it's who you know. And a lot of times that's the same as in the West. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So, and that's the saying that we have in the West, it's not what you know, is who you know. So you can have all the education in the world in the West, but if you don't know someone and you want to get in a specific company, it could be difficult for you because of the number of applicants that are applying. But if you know someone in that company, then they can put in a word for you and you can get in that way. That's the same with here on the continent. You can come here, you can have money, but it can still be difficult for you to get things done. So it's not how much you have and what you know, is who you know, which will make your process living here or doing business here a little bit more seamless and a little easier to get things done. So for me, I met some really good brothers, local brothers, when I first arrived, and they would drive me around and they were very helpful. So when I decided to create a business back in May 2021, they partnered with me and we did business together. So it seemed a bit seamless for me because it only took me 2 weeks to register my business, but others have had a difficult time. This shows that it's not always what you know and how much money you have, it's who you know. If you have a person that you know that knows people in different departments or different areas or in business. If the partner that you're dealing with on the continent, the local that you're working with or partnering with, if they already have land, it's a plus. If they have a car, it's a plus, because they're used to doing business and they know a lot of people. So this can help you in the process of you wanting to set up a business and go into partnership with them. They already have the connections that you need to get things done, which was what helped me with my business, with registering everything speedily, and connecting with the right attorney, not getting the runaround, not wasting a lot of money. So that is helpful. And one thing that I did not know that I am learning, that is not how much money you have and what you know in here, it's who you know to get what you need done on the continent. And this applies to any country on the continent. There are 54 countries, and you just choose the one that you know what that resonates with you. I would say if you can't go visit, like, I'm not going to say go visit the country, because I didn't visit Tanzania when I first came here. That was my first time coming, and so I've been here ever since. So I didn't visit different countries, but since I've been here, I have visited other countries. But out of the other countries that I've visited, I also visited Ghana as well. Ghana, and so Zambia, Kenya, and so out of all the countries that I visited, Tanzania was my favorite. So thus, I'm still here 3 years down the line. I'm a solo traveler. I've been managing by myself. Many people ask me, how do you do it? How are you able to manage and create a business on your own when some people are not able to? So I just got connected with the right people. I say that the uncreated creator, a lot of people call him God, the Most High God. He opened doors and connected me with the right people, which is what I do pray. I prayed that when I was coming, that he would lead and guide me in my interactions with people, in setting whatever I needed to do, whatever he wanted me to do, however he wanted me to, function, or where he wanted me to live. I just prayed that he would just connect me with the right people. And thus far, he has done that. I have had really good landlords. I haven't had any issues with living situations. The only issue that I had was I had a couple of people that stayed with me when I was renting a room out, and some of the women, the younger women from the West, stayed with me, and there was some, issues with my rules in my house. So that's the only issue that I really had majorly here. I did get robbed, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I got robbed one time, and that is because I left my patio door. I got too comfortable, left my patio door unlocked. Every night I used to lock my patio door. It's a sliding door, and one night I was out kind of late, and I was so tired when I got home, and I forgot to lock it. So someone came in, they stole my computer and my phone. So this happened in December of 21. So yeah, so I did get robbed, but ever since then I've been wise to make sure I lock up everything at night. I walk, I've learned a lot as far as security that I really didn't know. As far as, when you walk in the streets with your phone out and taking pictures and videos, it's not a good idea. A lot of people do it. I stopped doing that. I was doing it at first, but I don't do it as much because it's just a safety precaution that you need to take. And I didn't really realize that when I came, that, you have to be careful with your phone, having it out. And a lot of locals, no matter where you live, they don't like you to record and film, video and have them record them and stuff. So you have to be respectful of other people's privacy and other people's wishes. So I kind of stopped doing that. I mainly do more videos when I'm by myself, or if I'm walking along and nobody's behind me or in front of me, then I'll do like a quick mini short video. But I try to be conscious of that and be mindful of that, just to keep peace. And yeah, and then also another thing that I didn't realize, how beneficial it was if you decided you want to live in Africa, and whatever country you decide that you want to live in, it's good to assimilate. It's good to, some people look at it like they don't want to lose themselves and they don't want to have to pretend, but it's not necessarily pretending. You're just fitting in with the environment and the culture where you decide that you want to repatriate to. Because after all, we are coming to a new environment, and we're considered visitors because of the blue passport that we hold. We know that all Black people, or all people, come from the continent. All Africans come from the continent, and the continent is our homeland. But as we come back with the as we come back with the blue passport, yeah, things, they look at us sometimes as foreigners. So let's blend in. That's one thing I've noticed being here for 3 years next month, that blending in has helped me out a lot with getting better deals, getting better communication from people, connecting with like sound really good people, and not attracting people who want to take advantage of me. So because I blend in and I know the language a little, I just attract more people with integrity, I noticed. And then I myself I have discernment pretty good, and I can kind of talk to the person even though there's a language barrier, and find out what their integrity level lies, which you need that here on the continent, so you can wean out the people that's not for you, and then draw closer the people who are meant to walk with you, to do business with you, to work with you. Yeah, and then trying to think what else. Yeah, so I've learned a good amount living here in Africa. I have changed a lot. I would say before I got here, when I first got here compared to now 3 years ago, I'm a different person. I am, if you would come and meet with me and you knew me in the West, you would think, wow, she's changed tremendously. So not only how I look, in terms of I have more gray hair, and my skin looks better, my diet is better, I eat healthier, cleaner, but I've worked on myself, examination and self-healing. And so yeah, and also I thought about this, you need to make sure that your circle is kind of small. I feel like if it wasn't for me kind of stepping back from the big groups and all the grouping and meeting and eating with all the different diaspora coming, I mean, I do meet up with people that I consult with, because I do consultations, travel and business consultations. And when I meet, I'll meet with those people at like cafes, but it's usually a one-on-one. I'm more personal now, and I don't spend a lot of time in big groups like I used to when I first got here. I noticed when I did that, it was a lot of drama, a lot of issues with large groups. Everybody's has their own thing they want to do, and everybody's pulling on you to do this and do that. So it's easier for me to move in smaller groups. So I am connected with certain diaspora people that I've met, that I've connected with, that they're mature and they're professional and they are good people. So I do have kind of like a small circle that I deal with, but I'm not so much into the big groups like I used to be, especially the big diaspora grouping situation. I don't do that as much, because I'm learning that living in these different countries, that you have to learn to assimilate and not kind of stand out. A lot of times when it's a big group of us, we kind of stand out, and it's always overcharging. Sometimes it's issues, and people have their own personalities, so they may get into arguments with other people and maybe some locals. And see, I've been here 3 years, and I know how to conduct myself, and I'm not trying to be around people who just get here and they still have work to do in themselves, and they kind of cause us to look bad. So I try to stay away from the big crowds, and I move alone. So I do a lot of things alone, which is fine for me. It has actually helped me to reflect, and it has blessed me in terms of my business. I do consultations, and it helps. And people also, thank you for all those who have donated to me via Cashapp or PayPal or my land and building project. I wanted to say thank you. I want to address you and say thank you for blessing me. I do appreciate it. If you want to bless me and you're proud of me, I've been here 3 years next month all by myself, and I've been, living here and doing business. Business is slow because it's a consultation business, but it's gonna grow eventually once I get these funds to come in like I need them to. And but things are coming in slowly. But if you want to bless me, I have a Cash App, I have a PayPal, land and building project. Thank you so much for any blessing, any donations, any small amount of help. It's not that expensive to live here. The food is reasonable, reasonably cheap compared to the West, and it's fresh food, fruit, vegetables. I eat more of that. I don't eat as much meat as I used to, so that's another thing that I didn't realize would change. I didn't eat a lot, but I ate like chicken and fish, but now I eat maybe meat once a week, and it's usually fish. So I don't eat chicken anymore. I stopped eating cuckoo, y'all. I stopped eating chicken. So I eat fruit, vegetables, pastas, starches, potatoes, and then I eat a lot of ugali. I love ugali. And I know how to make it. So it's one of my favorite local dishes: ugali, mchicha, maharagi, beans, greens, and ugali. Three of my favorite dishes that I actually make, because one thing I had to do was learn how to cook here, because I can't eat out all the time. I had to stop that a long time ago. So I cook a lot. I eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, and then I prepare a lot of dishes, which has helped me. And I feel blessed, because I feel like I have a new lease on life, even though I have a 26-year-old. So, and I am a 70s baby, so you'll know my age, which I am in my 50s, y'all. I'm in my 50s, and I feel great. Many people think I'm like 30-something, 40-something, and it's amazing to have people look at you and think that you're a lot younger than you are. So I feel blessed. The only way they usually kind of can tell is when they see my hair and they see all the grays. They're like, okay, did you dye your hair? They always ask me that, did you dye your hair? So, but yeah, those are few tips or pointers or things that I've learned since I've been here for 3 years. Doing business here is not easy. Trusting people in business here is not easy. Trusting people's word when they say they're going to do something is not easy. But you have to do your due diligence, and you have to pray for discernment. You have to have discernment. You have to listen, and you have to pay attention to everything. I mean everything, from people cleaning your house to your groundsmen, because when I got robbed, I believe it was the people that worked there that came in, because only they knew how to. I had 3 doors they opened, so only they would know how to come in there and open it and take my stuff. So now I'm just a little bit more aware. I wasn't bitter about it. I was hurt, and I was upset because my computer had just brought that. It was a brand new Dell computer. I still have not replaced that computer because I have not had the money to do so. So that hit me hard, because I was going to do some online work using that computer. So I have my consultations, and I was going to do, but now I'm kind of limited now, because I have not replaced the computer yet, because I haven't had the money. But I was able to be blessed to replace the phone. So, and I do have an iPad as well. But with iPads, it's a little bit, it's hard to do work online with the iPad like that. It's like a big phone. So yeah, so I'm still kind of affected by it, but I'm moving on. I have been here 3 years next month, and it's been by the grace of the uncreated creator. I do think that on this continent is the land that was promised to Father Abraham by the uncreated creator, and said that your seed, he would give his seed lands in a certain area. And so I feel like around this continent, and specifically Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, the East Africans, Mid-East African and Southern Africa are the lands of the Shemites. And so I think personally that I am living in the land of the Shemites, and I think this is our land that was promised to us by Father Abraham, by the Most High to Father Abraham, that his descendants, he gave his descendants certain lands, and I think Tanzania is part of that. So I am proud to be here, and I do move, and I do listen to the uncreated creator, who owns the whole world. So he owns the continent and the whole world. So I'm not moved by what people say. Oh, you don't belong here. Oh, you're a foreigner. Oh, this, oh, that. I don't go by that, which is why I'm still okay, and which is why I'm still here, and which is why I still push through things. No, everything is not perfect. Yes, I have issues that come across, with integrity issues and lying issues. I get a lot of lying. People lie a lot. I don't know why, but I've had people lie a lot to me, and I understand it's a hustle. That's another thing. It's a hustle here, y'all. It's a hustle. It is not easy to do business here. It's not easy. Your budget got to be tight. I mean, your budget got to be tight. You need to cook. You need to go to fruit stands. You need to go to markets, get your fruit, your vegetables, and cook your food. You can't be doing all this eating out and riding all around. See if you can find places that you can maybe walk to, or places where the transportation costs are very low, because a lot of us don't have cars here. And if I did, I don't even know if I would drive. I have a license. I don't know if I would drive, because the way people drive here, it's chaotic, and it's too fast for me, and it's too much for me. Like, yeah, everybody will be beeping at me. I'm still close to city areas. Now, if I move out further, and then I may feel comfortable driving around, but right now, the way people drive, I don't know. Yeah, I feel nervous, so, but I do have a license, so, but yeah, so you can still come here, you can still do business, you can partner with the local. Partner with the local takes a lot of prayer. You have to find one that you can really trust, that has integrity, and they don't have to be perfect, because we're not perfect. But when you set up your business, you can just make sure you set your business up using your memorandum of understanding, which is the document that the attorney drafts for you, where you state how you want your business to be run. Make sure that you are controlling the finances, and you make sure that you control the assets and the finances, so there won't be any thievery or robbery or stuff like that. So you have to consider that. But doing business is totally different here than it is in the West. Things are a lot slower, and people make promises, they don't always keep them, but you have to maintain yourself and maintain your self-control, and just always think ahead in terms of backup plans, A, B, C, and D plan. Because that A may fall through B, and you're going to need a C, maybe a D plan. On the continent, you're going to need more than an A and B plan, A or B. You're going to need 4 because things happen out of your control. I mean, that goes from banking situations. That's something that I didn't really realize that I learned being here 3 years. You have a lot of banking situations, changing banks, banks closing, phone numbers changing, ways that you can transfer money from U.S. to all around. You're going to have to know the different tools that you need to be able to function here. If you lose your phone, if you break your phone or whatever. One thing about most of these countries is they sell phones, iPhones, Androids, anything. So you can get phones. That's not an issue. But your apps, trying to download all your apps and get those together. That was a struggle for me when my phone got stolen. Trying to get all my apps back together and signing in on all of them on a different device. That was kind of a nightmare, but finally, it took me probably over a year to get everything situated, and I'm still trying to get everything organized and how the money flows from U.S. to here to different banks. It's always good. Like, I've been recommending, open an international bank, get you an international bank where you can move your money around to different currencies, especially if you're going to be on the continent, which is something I didn't know, which would have helped me. If I would have known before I came, I would have planned accordingly, or maybe opened it before I came, and that would have helped me to move money around a little bit smoother. But hey, it's neither here nor there. I don't have a U.S. number anymore. I have a local number only. I have a local bank account that I have. I have an international bank account as well. So I have an international bank account, international bank here, a local bank here. And so, you learn how to move your money through these different banks. So that's something I have learned since I've been here. Just different things to function. I haven't had a lot of experience as far as relationships. I've I've met different brothers and sisters and talked to different people in relationships, and nothing has come about for me right now. So, which is probably good, because I need to focus on trying to get stable in my business and get my heart and my mind right before I can be a perfect or good helper for someone else, a brother, So when he comes along, I'm going to know, he's going to know, it's going to be great. It would be nice to meet a continental brother. It'd be nice. He just have to understand English. That's kind of hard, because I know a little Swahili, so I don't know enough to communicate Swahili strictly. So you have to know some English, brothers. You got to know some English. Be nice if you from the diaspora and we meet here. That would be perfect, because we're from the same place, but we have a love for the continent, and we left and we want to be here. So that would be a perfect connection. If you are a brother out there, hey, just check your sister out. Now, I'm a 70s baby though, so I'm not young. So, gotta be a little bit more mature. You gotta be a little older now. Come on now. You can't be 20 something. That's too young. But anyway, I just wanted to do this video because I'm excited that I have been in Africa for 3 years next month, and I am well. I am healthy. I had a dentist appointment the other day, had to get a filling. Found a good dentist. Hit me up if you are in Tanzania and you need a dentist. I found a good dentist, and I have I have a sister, a restaurant that I've been going to. It's in Bahari Beach, and it's called Art with Food Cafe. Check her out. It's a local Tanzanian sister. She opened a restaurant. It's very nice, y'all. It's Western vibes, y'all, but it's upscale. And she's doing a really good job, but it's a cafe, so it's kind of small, but it's called Art with Food Cafe. I told her I was going to shout her out. But please check her restaurant out. That's going to be my new spot where I meet up with diaspora if they want to connect with me and they want to, talk about business, or they want to, connect and just, chit chat with me. It's a good place that we could meet and have coffee and tea. She has breakfast and bacon and beef bacon and pancakes and waffles, stuff we like. She can cook. She does the cooking on point. So, yeah. It's in Bahari Beach. Check her out, Art with Food Cafe. Tell her Wanda recommended her. Wanda, because I go there late. I've been going to her place at least once every 2 weeks because I like waffles. I miss beef bacon and stuff like that. So, and she cooks it very, very good. And then I like her cafe lattes. I like coffee. I'm a coffee tea cafe type of person. And I like to chill there, Sometimes I'll take my iPad or my phone, spend time there and just relax, just to get out the house. Because I don't really go anywhere like I used to. I stay in the house a lot because I cook a lot. But sometimes when I want to get out, I'll go to her cafe. It's called Art with Food Cafe. Check her out. If you need a dentist in Dar, hit me up at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com. diasporaconnect0@gmail.com. I can connect you with a good dentist that's reasonable. And yeah, I have some spaces in my teeth that he's going to help me with. So my smile going to be cute, y'all. My smile is going to be so cute when I get done. But anyway, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all my faithful subscribers. Thank you to my new subscribers. I'm at 1,800 subscribers, y'all. I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. That's my goal right now, 2,000 subscribers. I'm not monetized yet, but I'm not worried about that, y'all. The Most High got me. The Most High got me. Abba Yah got me. Abba Father got me. But I would like to get monetized so I can get some change. But, whenever it happens, it happens. But I just want to do this video and just tell you my experience of living here in Africa for 3 years and how I am doing, how things are going. All is well. Business is slow. But what can I say, y'all? I can't control that. You know how small businesses are. And in mine is just mainly consultations. I have not incorporated any kind of other businesses where I sell assets because I'm kind of concerned about having assets because I don't want people coming for me. So, yeah. I'm by myself. I don't need no problems. So I'm going to stick with the intellectual properties. The intellectual properties, that's something that is a part of you. Nobody can take from you. And it's hard to put a price on your knowledge and your experience, what you share with others. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm at home in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video. Thumbs up. Please share with others who you know that may be interested in coming to Africa, coming to Tanzania, and they need advice and they want to hear my experience of being here 3 years, what I have learned, what I've experienced, and all that great stuff. But all is well. I'm healthy. I'm strong. I have had malaria twice. I did get over-the-counter medicine that you can buy at the pharmacy. It's malaria pills. Malaria pills, you take them for 3 days, 2 pills a day. And I've done that twice. I jump on my health, so I know when I'm feeling sick. So it's malaria symptoms are like flu symptoms. So I'm never really sick. So if I have any kind of symptoms, for me, it started with a migraine, like a headache, and it didn't go away for like 24 hours, and I knew something was wrong. So for me, I just started taking the pills. All was well. The second time, I think I had like a headache and a fever, and then I started taking. So I just keep the malaria pills in my home. So if I start feeling sick, it's usually in the middle of the night. Then I can start taking the pills instead of waiting and let it, get worse and worse. Because you got to remember, these are contaminated mosquitoes that poison your bloodstream. So you need to not wait and let it run its course. You need to kind of jump on your sickness right away, just so you'll be fine. So I was fine afterwards. It's like flu symptoms. Took them. Once I took the first pill, I started feeling better immediately. So yeah, but they have them at the pharmacy. They have all different kinds, 3-day dose. So those are the best. But anyway, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your subscription. Please donate. I could use any donation that you bless me with. I have Cashapp. I'm going to put the information down in the description box. I have PayPal. I'm also working on a land and building project because I'm looking at land that I want to purchase under my business, Diaspora Connect LLC, under my business. And then I'm going to start planting fruit and vegetables, building a small structure. It's not going to be big. It's going to be a small little something for me, just to have something that I can call my own. That's all. So, but it's going to be attached to the business because, as you know, if you don't know, foreigners in Tanzania can't own land, but your business entity can. So it'll be registered under your business, attach it to your business or your company. So that's to be a part of your business. So that's my plan. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to do another video in the next couple of days, but I thought about this good topic to discuss with you and share some of the things that I've learned and realized and experienced after being here 3 years. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll do another video soon. So I'm going to say shalom, kwaheri, see you soon, and I will do another video in the next couple of days, fam.